Hello, beautiful being. Welcome back to my channel. This is episode 3 in a now 5-part series on embodied sexuality. This is the episode on embodied self-pleasure. How to get out of the race to the orgasm, or the fighting to attain the orgasm, or the death grip jackhammering away, or the high-speed vibrator away. And opening up into a different kind of self-pleasuring. So if you are interested, stick around. My name is Haley Friend Wilson, and I am a certified embodiment and somatic sexuality guide, helping people to experience a fuller expression of their creativity, sexuality, and vitality. I want to name right off the bat that I'm a trained practitioner in the embodied psychosexual method created by Dr. Saida Desolate, which is the only clinically proven and researched method that is been shown to be effective at optimizing, enhancing sexual function and intimacy. So what I talk about in the realm of sexuality is grounded in this work. I really want to give credit where credit is due. Dr. Saida is amazing, and I am really proud to be representing this methodology. So let's get straight into this video. First of all, people, can we please stop using the word masturbation? Like, I think that word is the biggest turnoff in all of the English language. Like what is it actually, like, masturbation? Like, mastering of bation? Like, I seriously, I don't know who created that word. What the, like, if you know the, like, Latin roots, you should put it below. I think that word is the biggest turnoff. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go masturbate. Like, it sounds gross, right? Like, it sounds wrong. So a huge shift for me has been not using that word and instead using the term self-pleasuring. Because words matter, people. Words matter, okay? So self-pleasuring, pleasure, it's a good thing. It helps to boost your oxytocin, which I'll talk about in future videos. Pleasure, giving pleasure to yourself. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I'm going to go self-pleasure. I'm having my self-pleasure session tonight. Like, okay, so reframing, super helpful. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about really how to become your own best lover, how to get to the point where you can have better orgasms, have more sensation in your body. And so if that is something that you want, listen up, my friend, because I'm going to now get into the 5 steps to cultivating embodied self-pleasuring. Step number 1, intention. You got to clarify it. Step number 2, preparation. Move your body. We'll talk about it. Step number 3, props or no props. Okay. Step number 4, the practice. Step number 5, reflection. Okay, so let's get into intention. It's really important to clarify your intention of why you are self-pleasuring. Are you self-pleasuring to release tension, release stress? Are you self-pleasuring to charge yourself up? Are you self-pleasuring to maybe get to know your body in a deeper way? Are you self-pleasuring to experience enhanced sensation? Are you self-pleasuring to explore your sexuality, deepen your connection to your sexuality? This is really important to know your why, because this is going to basically map out your how you want to self-pleasure, okay? Because how you're going to self-pleasure to release stress is going to look really different than how you would self-pleasure to charge yourself up, or maybe to become a better lover, to become your own best lover, right? So to self-pleasure to release stress, you might go to your tried and true methods that bring you right to orgasm, right? Because you just want to release some stress. To self-pleasure to charge yourself up, I like to use the practice of edging. So that means getting really close to orgasm, like 75%, and then relaxing the body. Doing that a few times and then actually avoiding orgasming and channeling that energy through my body. So this is something I'll talk about in future videos on how to cultivate your sexual energy. But all that to say, it matters to know why you're self-pleasuring. If you're self-pleasuring to become a better lover, then that's going to look about, for me, it's being as present with myself as possible. It's really feeling my touch, feeling all of the sensations in my body, slowing down, tuning in to what my body really wants. And when I give that to myself, how can I make it feel even better? In this video, we're going to be leaning towards that direction. Okay, what does that kind of self-pleasuring look like? All that to say, your intention can change. One day you can have the self-pleasure session to release stress because you just had a really crazy day and you just want to go for that. A different day you want to charge yourself up. A different day you want to explore and go slow. So this can be an array of experiences that you create for yourself, okay? So step number 2 is preparation. Move that body. This is crucial, y'all. The science is out. Exercise supports our sexuality, our libido, our vitality is really, really important, right? Because we want to move our body in preparation for going inside, because you can't just expect that you have just been grinding it out on the computer all day or serving customers or doing whatever it is you do for work where you're focused and you're dealing with things and then be ready to drop into an embodied self-pleasure session, right? It doesn't work like that. Your body needs time. It needs transition time to mode shift, to shift modes. Moving your body is going to be the most effective way to prepare you to go into self-pleasuring. So this can look like yoga, jumping on the trampoline, working out, swimming, whatever it is you like to do, right? So give yourself some movement time. Move that body. This is also really important before making love with your partner, right? You're going to feel a lot better and more in your body after a workout, after moving. You're going to feel more blood flow. You're going to feel more libido, right? So move that body. Step 3, props or no props. Okay, so this is a big one. Lean in, people. Lean in, okay? Because I already know, because this is what I do for work. I work with people. A lot of people are either stuck in this, if they have a penis, in this kind of death grip, jackhammering away to porn, or ladies, the like high speed vibrator, also to porn. And what this is doing is usually desensitizing you. These are both ways of self-pleasuring that are usually highly disembodied because you're not actually really feeling your body. And you're also slightly disconnected because you're engaged in watching the porn. So there is a way to incorporate these things, porn, vibrator, later. But in the beginning of cultivating really an embodied connection with your sexuality, I recommend taking the props away. So take away the porn, take away the vibrators, take away the whatever other toys you're using. And I'm not saying it's because these things are bad inherently, but most of the ways that people are using them are in a way that is not enhancing their ability to really feel and tune into your body. And so we need to push pause on the props to cultivate something else, and then we can pick them up later, okay? Because here's the thing, a lot of people, because we've grown up in this society, in this culture where we've been taught that sexuality is bad, shameful, and wrong, and then you throw on top of that any kind of traumatic experiences, a lot of people are feeling a certain level of numbness and disconnection to their body. And so it's like the death grip, jackhammering away, or the vibrator is the only way to get there. But the reason why you want to break out of that cycle is that if you actually want to have an embodied, pleasurable sexuality with somebody else, if you are a man with a penis, I guarantee you, if you're having intercourse with someone with the vulva does not have a death grip. Okay? Even if the woman does things to work her pelvic floor muscles, it's not going to be like this, right? And so that would create a lot of pelvic tension and pain, right? So you're entraining your cock to a kind of sensation that is not humanly possible, right? Same with the vibrator. If you are like going straight for the clit with like high speed vibrator, most normal human cocks are not going to be replicating that kind of stimulation. So basically what you are doing is entraining your body to a kind of stimulation that is not actually humanly possible. And so then when you want to have intercourse, experience sexuality with another human body, it can be a block to actually getting yourself to a place of orgasm or just even feeling or sensing, right? So I want to be clear that I'm not just talking to people who are having heterosexual sex, okay? This really applies to anyone regardless of gender identity, regardless of sexual orientation. It is important to take the props away to begin to resensitize the body. Regardless of the type of sex you want to have or experience, the reason why it's important to take these props away is because we want to enhance the body's ability to experience a broader range of sensations. And a lot of times that means disconnecting from the ways that we have been self-pleasuring, especially if they are fast, hard, lots of friction, to porn, because we want to begin to sensitize and slow down. And it's really important that y'all know I want to be speaking to anyone regardless of gender identity, regardless of sexual orientation. These things, these tools and tips that I'm talking about work for everybody, okay? So again, we got to put pause on the props to begin to resensitize if you want to then experience greater sensations, pleasure, presence with yourself and with another body, okay? I'll talk about in future videos what does it look like to then pick them back up in an embodied way, but we'll say that for now. We're pausing for now, okay? And then step 4 is the practice. So I actually went ahead and made this its own separate video because I know y'all are just gonna want to go into the practice and I wanted to zero into that. But this is just an overview. You don't want to be too full. Do not stuff yourself. Your blood flow will be going to your digestion, not to your genitals. You probably won't feel very sexy. So eat healthy, eat light. Plan it. Put it on your calendar. 7 p.m. self-pleasure session with myself. Set the space. Set a beautiful space. Lighting. We're thinking sensuality here. Okay, so senses. We want to enhance the senses. That's touch, taste, smell, sound, listening, hearing. These are all of our senses. So do things to set your space in a way that stimulates your senses. Maybe you have some aromatherapy. Maybe you have something beautiful to sip on or eat on. And you've got some beautiful music playing. And you've got, you know, your flowers to look at or, you know, whatever, you know. So setting this sensual space and then practicing self-pleasuring not as a goal-oriented thing to get to orgasm. So basically taking orgasm not as the goal, not as the objective. And let me tell you, the biggest secret to having better orgasms and to having more orgasms is to stop chasing them. People, is to stop chasing them. The more you chase them, the more they will run. I swear to you, it's just how it works. It's funny how that works, but it works like that. So you have to let it go. You have to let the orgasm go. That is not the goal. The goal is to feel sensation in your body. And so you want to touch your body with that objective of sensitizing your body, noticing the sensations, where you feel sensation more. How can you make that feel even better? How can you breathe into it? How can you expand those sensations of pleasure? In my video where I zero in on the practice, I talk about something that's interoceptive touch, which is our ability to really feel interoceptively, which means inside our body. So go ahead and watch that video next on how to cultivate interoceptive awareness as you're self-pleasuring. Then you want to also ask permission of your genitals, okay? So not going straight in, we want to cup the genitals. I recommend hand on heart, hand on genitals. Breathing, sending love and respect from your heart down into your genitals. This is not just a woo-woo thing. This is actually helping to regulate your vagus nerve, bring blood flow into your body, also your heart chakra, your root chakra. There is an energetic component, people, but this is crucial, okay? And to begin to tune in and ask your genitals, do you want touch right now? Because your genitals might not want touch. And I can tell you, I've had some amazing self-pleasuring sessions without touching my genitals. Just by moving and breathing and touching and sensitizing my body and exploring my sensuality. So again, this is getting out of this like hyper genital focus. When we touch ourselves, this is about awakening our whole body, all of the touch everywhere, right? And this also makes you a better lover. It also makes you more receptive to when somebody else is touching you. Because I already know, because I've been there too, that sometimes you can feel when you're in a sensual sexual experience with somebody uncomfortable receiving touch all over your body or touch in different places. But as you do this to yourself, it's easier to then receive somebody touching your whole body or kissing your whole body or licking your whole body because you're used to allowing yourself to relax and expand into that kind of sensation within your body. Also want to touch on here that emotions can come up. We are psychosexual beings, which means that we have thoughts and emotions that absolutely are inextricably tied with our sexuality. So if we are having negative thoughts, shameful thoughts, if we are feeling sad, if we're feeling angry, if we're feeling frustrated, that's all going to impact our sexuality, our ability to feel present in our body, our ability to feel aroused. And so what we want to do is turn towards. We don't want to deny or try to just push away. Be like, okay, look, I'm having all of these negative thoughts right now. I'm having all of these emotions that feel really intense. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself move it through your body. Make some sounds, make some movements, feel it. Don't stay in it. And then return to what would I love right now? What would I love right now? And give yourself that. And then if it's a bunch of negative thoughts, write them down. Write them down because we want to actually rewire those thoughts. If you're having thoughts of like, I'm so gross, this is disgusting, maybe it's some thoughts about somebody else told you, maybe it's that you're having memories of an experience that you had that was really intense. We want to not keep it inside, we want to get it out. So the first step is actually just write it down. And if you go back to my video on performance sex versus embodied sex, I talk about how to begin to rewire those limiting beliefs because that is part of the process. Again, psychosexual beings, we have to work with our psychology, our thoughts, and our emotions at the same time that we are working to open our sexuality because they're all tied together, people, okay? So the last step is reflection. Step 5. So we want to reflect. How did that go? How did that go? What did you love? What was awkward? What do you want to lean into more? What do you want to try next time? You know, if you had a bunch of those negative thoughts and emotions come up, do you want to reach out for support from somebody? You know, really reflect. Did you focus on having a session that was about charging yourself up? And next time you want to focus on a session that's becoming your own best lover and begin to reflect on what went well and what could go better, because this is a journey. It's not a destination. And I just want to thank you so much for taking this in. I really hope it serves you in cultivating a more embodied, present, pleasure-filled connection with yourself, with your sexuality. I want to acknowledge that I am recording this video on the indigenous land of the Siletz, Modoc, and Takelma tribe. It is my hope in naming this to bring support to the Land Back movement. Links are below if you want to donate to that movement. If you love my jewelry, check out Nomadic Jewelry. beautiful, beautiful jewelry made by my dear friend Claudia. And she's an amazing artist. She's an amazing artist. So support local arts. Get off Amazon, people. Support local artists. And if you want to connect with me more, I have short form content on Instagram at Creativity is Love. I work with people as an embodied psychosexual method practitioner. If you want to go deeper into this, you can find links below to work with me, to connect with me, to get on my email list, to be the first to know when my embodied sexuality course is out, because you already know. You're gonna want to know. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so thank you again for being here. Wishing you an embodied and connected experience of your sexuality. Be well.